Everyone thinks smart people have something special. A higher IQ, a better memory, more knowledge, more answers, more talent. But what if that's not true at all? What if the biggest difference between smart people and everyone else isn't what they know? What if it's how they think? Because when you look closely, the smartest people in the world don't always know the most. They simply think differently. They see opportunities where others see problems. They stay calm where others panic. They ask questions where others argue. And those small differences completely change the results they get in life. Think about the people you admire most. The people who seem impossible to shake. The people who always make good decisions. The people who stay calm during stressful situations. The people everyone turns to when things go wrong. They aren't smarter because they know more facts. They're smarter because they've trained themselves to think differently. And the best part? Anyone can learn these habits. You don't need perfect grades. You don't need a fancy degree. You don't need to be born a genius. You just need to start thinking like smart people think. Today, I'm going to show you 5 simple habits that separate smart thinkers from everyone else. These habits are easy to understand, but most people never use them. And that's exactly why most people stay stuck. If you start practicing these habits today, you'll notice changes almost immediately. Problems won't feel as overwhelming. People will respect your opinions more. You'll make better decisions, and you'll feel more in control of your life. So let's begin. Number 1, they don't fight to be right. Most people treat disagreements like battles. Someone disagrees with them, and immediately they go into defense mode. They argue, they interrupt, they get emotional, they search for evidence. They try to prove the other person wrong, but smart people do something completely different. They become curious. Instead of saying, "You're wrong," they ask, "Why do you think that?" Instead of attacking the person, they explore the idea. Instead of trying to win, they try to understand. And that's powerful, because the moment people feel attacked, they stop listening. Their brain switches into defense mode, but when you ask genuine questions, people relax. They open up, they explain themselves, and that's when real conversations happen. That's when real learning happens. Smart people understand something most people never realize. You cannot force someone to change their mind, but you can help them think more clearly. And often, when people think more clearly, they change their own minds. Think about the last argument you had. Did either person actually learn anything? Probably not. Now, imagine replacing arguments with curiosity. Imagine asking questions instead of making accusations. You'd be surprised how quickly people start listening to you. The smartest people aren't obsessed with being right. They're obsessed with getting closer to the truth. And those are 2 very different goals. Number 2, they see the big picture. Most people get trapped by small problems. They fail one test and decide they're stupid. They get rejected once and decide they're not good enough. They have one bad day and convince themselves their entire life is falling apart. Smart people don't think that way. They zoom out, like pulling a camera back from a scene. Instead of focusing on one event, they look for patterns. Maybe that failed test means they need a different study strategy. Maybe they need more sleep. Maybe they need more practice. Maybe they need help. The test isn't the problem. The pattern is. The same thing happens with rejection. Most people see rejection as proof they're not good enough. Smart people see it as information. What can I learn? What should I improve? What can I do differently next time? When you zoom out, problems become puzzles, and puzzles can be solved. That's why smart people rarely panic. They ask, what's really happening here? What can I control? What should I try next? While everyone else is reacting emotionally, they're looking for solutions. And that's why they move forward faster. Number 3, they only worry about what they can change. This habit alone can save you years of stress. Most people spend enormous amounts of energy worrying about things they can't control. What other people think, the weather, the economy, their boss's mood, future problems that may never happen. And what does all that worrying accomplish? Nothing. It simply drains energy. Smart people use a simple rule. If I can't control it, I don't focus on it. That doesn't mean they ignore reality. It means they focus their attention where it actually matters. They can't control the rain, but they can bring an umbrella. They can't control other people's opinions, but they can control their own actions. They can't control whether they get the job, but they can control how well they prepare for the interview. This mindset changes everything, because every minute spent worrying is a minute not spent improving. The moment you stop trying to control everything, you start making progress. And progress feels a lot better than worry. Number 4, they use silence as a tool. Most people are uncomfortable with silence. The moment a conversation becomes quiet, they rush to fill the space. They say whatever comes to mind. They talk just to avoid the awkwardness. But smart people are comfortable with silence. They understand something powerful. Thinking takes time. Instead of reacting immediately, they pause. Instead of speaking first, they listen. Instead of interrupting, they allow people to finish. And that changes everything. People feel heard. People reveal more information. People trust them more. Here's something interesting. When you pause before answering a question, people automatically assume you're thinking carefully. Your words carry more weight. Your answers sound more thoughtful. And often, they actually are. Try this. The next time someone asks you an important question, silently count to 3 before answering. You'll be amazed how much better your response becomes. Smart people don't speak more. They speak better. And sometimes, the smartest thing you can say is nothing at all. Number 5, they pause instead of reacting. This might be the most important habit on this list. Most people live on autopilot. Something happens. They react. Someone cuts them off in traffic. They get angry. Someone insults them. They snap back. Something doesn't go their way. They complain. But smart people create space between the event and the reaction. When something upsets them, they pause. They take a breath. And they ask themselves, is this really worth getting upset about? What's the smartest way to handle this? That small pause changes everything, because emotions are temporary, but decisions often have permanent consequences. The person who stays calm while everyone else gets emotional has an enormous advantage. The person who thinks while everyone else reacts makes better choices. This isn't weakness, it's control, and control is power. Here's what all of this means. You don't need to know everything. You don't need perfect grades. You don't need a genius IQ. You simply need to think differently. Ask questions instead of arguing. Look for patterns instead of panicking. Focus on what you can control. Use silence as a tool. Pause before reacting. Most people won't do these things. They'll keep arguing, keep worrying, keep reacting, and they'll keep getting the same results. But if you practice these 5 habits, something amazing happens. You'll start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You'll stay calm when others panic. You'll make better decisions. And people will start coming to you for advice. Not because you know everything, but because you think clearly. And that's what real intelligence looks like. Now, here's your challenge. Don't try to master all 5 habits at once. Pick one, just one, and practice it for the next 7 days. Maybe it's asking more questions. Maybe it's worrying less. Maybe it's pausing before reacting. Choose one, focus on it, and watch what happens. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, I share ideas that help you think better, make better decisions, and build a stronger mind. And if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. It helps more people discover these ideas. Also, leave a comment below. Which of these 5 habits are you going to practice first? I read every comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember, you don't have to change your entire life overnight. You just need to start thinking differently, one habit at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.